Ross, a few days on from the game over the weekend, what did you learn from that win?
Yeah, we learned heaps. So we've educated a fair bit this week, but you've got to move on pretty quick. Enjoy the night and then move on to Carlton pretty quick. And have had some really good wins. Obviously, they'll be disappointed at the weekend. So we know that we were able to respond off, a couple of struggles. So I think they're in the same boat. So we're expecting the best of Carlton, and their last performance at the MCG was fantastic against Geelong. So yeah, we've got a really strong midfield in particular. So we've got and key forward. So we've got our hands full.
A couple of players who could come back. Mateus Philippou being one. Do you expect him to play?
He'll train today. We'll assess him. We had him in last week, but there's been very good performance by the team. So we've just got to get through training and then make final selection calls.
And Mason Wood is another one as well.
Yeah, he's had really good signs. He passed his scat test, so we'll see how it all unfolds today.
Ross, off field, it's obviously a big game, Spud's game. Can you talk to the importance of this game? Obviously, it's been going on for a number of years now.
Yeah, it's I really encourage all the Saints fans to get there and get behind Spud's game. I think the whole AFL community, gets behind it. It's a great venue. Spud, quintessential St Kilda person. Played with real spirit. Loved the club. Nothing was too much trouble. Played with passion. Great physicality. We'd like to display all that as a team. Great passion, great physicality. But it's really the wider message. You're not alone. We've got the bike ride going around MCG 24 hours, and David Misson, our head of footy, sort of having a go there too. So you're not on your own. Do it together and reach out if you're not okay.
How involved are you in the push to play more games in the G as a footy club?
Well, you've got to earn that right. I've been here before. We've built out a great team. So we're trying to build out a great team, great performances. And then in the end, you command it because, show me the reward, I'll show you the behaviour, right? So we know the AFL are rewarded on, our broadcasters, crowds and really good performances. So you've got to earn that right. And that's what we're aiming to do. So, yeah, but in the end, you can demand it by performance over a period of time. We're not at that level. We need to, and as a club, we haven't been at that level for a decade. We were under Grant Thomas. That area were under me. There's been slippage, but we're clawing back up the mountain.
Ross, the win on the weekend, what do you put it down to? Why was it so now memorable?
Yeah, look, it's just a home and away game, but it's just the fundamentals done well, and plenty of spirit, right? But our clearance work was good, our pressure was good. We had 61 entries. Defended really well. So it's just it's a lot that goes into the mix, and it is a long, hard season for everyone, and everyone ebbs and flows. We're at the top of flowing and being in the moment, playing good footy. So we just want to see that spirit and the fundamentals done well again.
Toby Trevalier was not used on the weekend. Looked like he was visibly sort of frustrated, hungry to get out there. How much does a coach do you love the fact that a player looks like he's absolutely chomping at the bit to get out there?
Yeah, I didn't see the visible frustration. I didn't see that. So any AFL player worth his salt wants to be in it. It's probably the wider issue. Nearly all AFL clubs said, let's get rid of the sub, right? Because it's putting people, there's enough stress in the game without people putting people under the spotlight. Oh, you're the sub, you're sitting there, then you've got to physically top them up after games. There's a lot that's involved with the sub, and a lot of complexities that aren't obvious when you go, we've got a sub, right? So I think that's the wider issue rather than worrying about Toby or sub them early, sub them late, don't use them. So we're in the business of winning AFL games, right? So everything was going really well. We didn't use Toby. Yeah, he's a great kid. His parents were there after the game. They're really positive. If you look at it, he's played 3 out of 6 games. James Sicily, so we have academy. Damien Carroll's head of academy was all. James Sicily got 2 games in his 4th year. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
So, this expectation that you get drafted and you just play immediately, and we talk about the Geelong School of Footy, there's a lot of them that don't play in their 1st or 2nd year. So, I don't know, it's just giving it context. I think he's ahead of the curve, right? He played 3 out of the first 6, so.
Nice little reward for Hugo, obviously, about the spotlight and members of the Rising Stars. Who's been his response?
So I missed the first bit though.
Like enough of a reward for Hugo.
Yeah, there's not many licks of the ice cream in the AFL, is there? So it's nice to get a Rising Star Award. Simon Dalrymple had his chest out in the recruiting office. That's another one for him. So, yeah, Hugo, since he's come in, worked really hard. I think he's played a bit of footy early. I think he's only a second-year player. So, against quality opposition, if you really think Brayshaw has been an MVP, Sarong, All-Australian. So he was up against a high-calibre midfield, and it was nice to see him stand up. But the challenges keep coming. Like this week, it's Cripps, Hewitt, Walsh. It's pretty brutal. Chera. It's pretty brutal in there. So he'll know he's alive again. I think if he's still thinking and glowing about his Rising Star Award today, I might have to give him a little clip.
We word up with your players, Ross, to get the year of Tom Coning out in the field to show them maybe what's on offer in the future here at Brown.
That's pretty cute from you, isn't it? Huh? I'm here to talk about St Kilda players and St Kilda performance. I don't get caught up in the wider issue.
On the, sorry.
How important is that this time of year, though, when players are weighing up their decisions to show the wider footy community and prospective players you're going after that this is the place to be?
How important is what?
Like winning games of footy this time of year, if you're 6 and
For players that are out of the clubs?
Yeah,
it's low on my list of priorities, to be honest. I got my hands full preparing St Kilda against Carlton. I don't live in the space of trying to impress other people. We just do what we do. And, I'm here to really solely focus on my players and make sure they're safe, and we coach action and we see possibility in them, and we perform for our fans and our members and, the Danny Frawley Spuds game, so extraneous issues sitting outside of that. I mean, I understand there's noise around it, but I haven't dived into it all year. I don't think I'll dive into it now.
Ross, the AFL's been heavily criticised for not coming out harder on Billy Pioli and sending a message to an opposition player. Do you think they should have?
The AFL getting criticised? I find that hard to believe. Who's doing that? Yeah, no, look, I'm here to talk about the game. I heard that there's a little bit of an issue going on, but I don't dive into it. So I engage with the media. I'm happy to be asked questions saying St Kilda, but I don't consume much, and unless it's an issue that affects my club, and that's not one. So I've got no comment.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Happy to help.